What's up guys, Chef Nate back again with another dope video for you guys this week. This week I'm excited because I'm showing you my ultimate steak sandwich. First we'll start off with our steaks. I got 2 sirloin steaks here. What I'm going to do guys is just something that I call a dry brine, which is basically another term for putting salt on the steak now and then letting it sit for a while. 1, to let the steaks come to room temperature, and 2, to let that salt seep deep into the meat. So I'll do that now. Make sure you're liberal with your steak, don't be stingy. It has to have a lot of flavour, that's what we're all about. Both sides. So we'll do that. I'm not going to put any pepper on yet, I'll put the pepper on just before I cook them. So there you go, we can leave those to sit. Like I said, leave those at room temperature and they'll cook evenly. And next up guys, we're going to do some caramelized red onions. So I've got a large red onion here that I've already cut in half. Just going to slice these up. Sliced up. I'm going to get our pan on. I'll put that on a medium-high heat, guys. Tablespoon or so of oil. Bang that in. Let's get these frying off. We've got some great combinations of flavors with this sandwich. It's perfect for chilling me and missus on a Saturday night. Also, with the lads that come around, I like to do make a nice big one so I can slice it up and feed as many people as I need to. So we've got our onions working now. Right, so we're going to sweat the onions down for about 5 minutes just so they come a little bit translucent and they soften up, and then we'll add everything else. Alright guys, now that these have been softening up for a little while, I've got about 60 grams of brown sugar here. I'm going to add that in. And then I've got some really nice balsamic vinegar here. I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of that. Again, pinch of salt, and I'm just going to let those cook down for about 10 minutes until they caramelize. I like to drop my heat to about medium heat now. In 10 minutes they'll be perfect. Alright guys, those cook down for about 10 minutes and I'll transfer them over to this bowl. This is what they look like when they're done. Alright, now it's on to the next step. So, let's do our bread. I've got some lovely ciabatta bread here. Ciabatta is just an Italian white bread. I'm going to start by, I've already got my grill on, and I've got some extra virgin olive oil here. Get yourself some good olive oil. I'm just going to drizzle that with olive oil. Yeah. And that's done. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt as well. And then I'll sit this aside ready to go into the grill in a second. Next thing we're going to do is make a spread for our bread. So rather than using mayonnaise or something boring like that, I like to make something a little bit more funky and again a little bit more refined. I've got some really nice goat's cheese here. I've also got some sour cream. So I've got 60 grams of goat's cheese and 2 big tablespoons of sour cream going in there. And then with the back of the spoon, I just want to mix these together until it turns into like a paste, a spreadable paste. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of cracked black pepper. I'm not going to add any salt to this guys because goat cheese is already naturally salty, so just a bit of cracked black pepper. And try and use your own fresh cracked black pepper as well, that makes such a big difference. Okay, that's ready. So again, I'll sit this aside, ready for later. I should put that down there. And then now it's time for steak. Let's do it. Got myself a nice non-stick frying pan here. Bang that heat all the way up. I want this pan smoking hot. As hot as you can get it, so I'm gonna leave that for a few minutes, let that get really hot. Whilst I'm doing that, let's get these steaks back over here. As you can see, the salt has seeped into the meat, it's almost dissolved. Now I'm gonna add the pepper. Again, don't be stingy on the seasoning guys. Flavor, flavor, flavor. That's what we need. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. So, right, that's ready to go in. As soon as that pan starts smoking, that's when you know you're ready to start frying. Right, pan's nice and hot now, nice and smoky. I'm gonna add a glove of olive oil, just coat the pan. Start cooking our steaks. You want to make sure that you can hear that sizzle. The sizzle is important. get a nice crust on those steaks. That colour and that crust will always have flavour, that's what you want. Those steaks are about half an inch thick to an inch thick, so they're probably going to take about 2 or 3 minutes each side, depending on how you like those cooked. I'm going to go for a medium rare. Key with the steak is not to move it around too much, let it get that sear, and then flip it once, twice max. Alright, we'll flip these steaks now. That's what we're looking for, a nice bit of colour on those. Finish them up for another 2 minutes on that side. Alright guys, my steaks are done now. So I'm going to take them over to my board and let them rest. It's really important to let your steaks rest for a while, so I like to let mine rest as long as I cook them. Make sure you turn your fire off when you're done as well, so don't burn the house down. Alright, cool, so let those rest. But we've still got stuff to do. So we've got our oiled ciabatta, like we put the salt on before. Why don't we actually crack a bit of fresh black pepper on those as well? That can't hurt it. And then we're going to bang these under the grill. Nice hot grill. And then whilst we're doing that, guys, I've got some lovely rocket here. Rocket is amazing, I love it. It's peppery, it's really fresh, adds so much flavour. It's not just a boring bit of green that you're sticking in your sandwich, but we need to dress it to make it even better. So again, nice extra virgin olive oil, tablespoon of that, a little bit of salt. And it's already naturally peppery, but I'm going to add a tiny couple of cracks of fresh black pepper again. And then we dress that, just toss that around. That'll just give that a nice shine. So you're not just putting dry rocket into your sandwich. Right guys, I'm going to slice this steak. So I got my ciabatta, which is a long piece of bread. So that's why I bought this shape of steak as well, so I can lay them out, cut them long ways. And they should fit the bread perfectly. I like to just slice it on an angle like that. And as you can see, that's a perfect medium rare. Still really juicy. And it smells amazing. And don't cut that fat off, guys. That fat just adds so much flavour. And you need it in a sandwich like this. Just to give it that little extra boost of flavour. Alright, that's perfect. I'm going to move this over to a different plate now, get this board cleaned up, and we'll start grilling the sandwich. Alright guys, the bread's nicely toasted now. What I like to do now is get a large garlic clove, slice the end off, and then when the bread comes out and it's still nice and hot, I'll actually just rub the garlic clove all over the bread. I don't want to turn it into garlic bread, but it's just going to give a little bit of that oil and a little bit of that flavour of the garlic. Transfer that over to the bread so you just get a little hint of it throughout the sandwich. Alright, now we can start building. First, we're going to take our spread that we made, dollop on each side. It's alright if it's still a bit chunky because it's nice when you hit a little bit of chunky goat cheese. And then that'll be perfectly smooth. If you like it smooth, make it smooth, whatever, I don't care. But I like mine chunky. And get that spread. Alright, that's evenly spread. Now we're going to take our rocket on your bottom piece, get this rocket that we dressed earlier, lay that across your sandwich. Cool, next is for the steak. Grab your knife, slide it under one steak, bang that on, slide it under steak number 2, bang that on. Tell me that doesn't look good, guys, that's proper sandwich right there. Last up, our onions. Lay those across the top, guys. Beautiful. Spread those out a little bit. Wicked. Wipe my hands off. I'm just going to give it one last crack of black pepper on top, just to finish it off. Pop our lid on. I'm going to cut this one into 3. It should feed 3 people comfortably. And here we have it, guys. It's our steak sandwich. Alright guys, again my favourite part is the taste test. Here we go. Banging. Bang. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and also go try out these dope recipes that I'm showing you each week. Peace.